Hello and welcome to the Kopala TV main news. And now for today's headlines. Zambia's ambassador to the United States expelled. NDC disputes PF Chilubi victory. Ex-Sudanese leader to be handed over to the ICC. And British Chancellor resigns. Join us in a bit after this. To present the Kopala TV main news, my name is Wawila Musongole. Zambia's ambassador to the United States, Lazarus Kapambwe, has been expelled from the United States of America. Mr. Kapambwe has been given 24 hours in which to leave that country. The ejection of Ambassador Kapambwe from the USA comes weeks after the Zambian government expelled Daniel Foot, the then United States ambassador to Zambia. Ambassador Kapambwe was scheduled to present his credentials to President Donald Trump on February 7, 2020. Meanwhile, the opposition Democratic Party, DP, has regretted the recall of Ambassador Kapambwe from the USA. DP spokesperson Judith Kabemba says the Zambian government was probably excessive in the manner with which they handled the issue concerning Ambassador Foot. The DP has since asked the Zambian government to cement its ties with America. However, Foreign Affairs Minister Joseph Malanji has dispelled social media reports suggesting that Zambia's ambassador to the United States has been expelled. Speaking at his office in Lusaka, Honorable Malanji said Zambia still maintains a cordial relationship with the United States government. He said his ministry does not give credence to social media reports and urged the public to ignore the speculation. The opposition National Democratic Congress, NDC, has refused to concede defeat in Thursday's Chilubi constituency parliamentary race, which indicates that PF is poised to scoop the seat by a landslide victory. NDC spokesperson Savoy Mboila says the poll was a sham. The NDC spokesperson contends that the party was not allowed to freely campaign across the island, as its leader Chishimba Kambwili was allowed only one public rally in the area. Ms. Mboila says the political playing field in Chilubi was uneven, tense and marred by electoral malpractices such as distribution of relief food to households. Preliminary results indicate that the PF has taken a comfortable lead in the poll held yesterday. On Tuesday, two political parties, namely the NDC and the UPND, had asked the courts to defer the poll date in Chilubi. This was after the two parties had raised preliminary issues before the High Court.
Certainly, because you see, that is the reason why we went to court. The Chilubi by-elections playing field has never been leveled. It was never fair. So we went to court to extend the election just by a week, so that we're allowed to campaign. And if you look at even the results coming in, had we been allowed to campaign, you could have seen what could have happened. So the PS knew that just by allowing the opposition to campaign, they would have lost the elections. That is why they did what they did. And the courts let me not even say it for the first time, if the courts could come and do what is right by the people of Zambia, I think we're going to see a very, very good result coming in from the court. I want to say that the truth of the matter is that these elections should have been stopped. There was no election in Chilubi. I think you heard even last time Honorable Darren Kobo say there was no election in Chilubi. No campaigns. What we had there was war, where the opposition were clearly cut off from campaigning. So at the end of the day, we went to court to try and prevent this time of an election from happening. But you saw the court postponed it to a day after elections. How do you postpone a matter to a day after the fact? The elections now have already taken place.
And UPND Secretary General Stephen Katuka says the party will only comment on the outcome of the Chilubi parliamentary poll after official and consolidated results are announced.
We received the final result yet, so it's difficult to comment now. They haven't even declared the results yet. So let's wait until we get the results, then we'll be able to comment.
The opposition UPND on the Copper Belt has accused government of not telling the truth behind the recent gassings of households in some parts of the country. UPND Copperbelt Youth Chairperson Kelly Jibinga says the state should know something about the gassings. He said, going with what is happening in the country at the moment, it is clear that the government wants to create a state of emergency and later on clamp on opposition political leaders. He says Zambia is a democratic country, adding that there was no need for government to implore such undemocratic tendencies to cling on to power.
Obvious today between you and I is that there's a lot of poverty amongst the Zambian population, and criminal elements from all angles have doubled. Gassing of our citizens is just one of them. If we had the competent police, this could have been brought, could have been kept long time ago. So, by virtue of police being casual as they handle the situation keeps it keeps growing, for lack of a better term. And PF being a bunch of desperate people, they would want to see how best they can manipulate what is obtaining to call for a state of emergency. So it's because the Patriotic Front have lost touch with the ground, they've lost touch with the voters, and they want to take advantage of any given opportunity. In this particular case, the gassing of our citizens, which is very unfortunate, to call for a state of emergency, just to cripple the activities of those of us in the opposition. And mind you, PF is they're so excited with the powers they have. Honorable Kampiongo, I doubt if Ato is even that honorable. He was here on the Copper Belt because of the same scenario. He had to use the powers that are not even vested in the office of the minister to declare that political gatherings must be brought to an end. It's only the Republican president who has those powers to call for an end to such. And I wonder where Kampiongo got that authority to go for gatherings to stop. And unfortunately, because our police are operating under very difficult circumstances, they've followed a pronouncement by an individual. They are trying to frustrate our party mobilization here on the Copper Belt by virtue of Kampiongo's pronouncement, which pronouncement, as I speak, stands illegal because Kampiongo doesn't have that authority.
Lundazi district in the eastern province has been cut off from the rest of the region. This follows the collapse of the Lundazi-Chipata Bridge. The Disaster Management and Mitigation Unit, DMMU, has regretted the collapsing of the Lundazi-Chipata Bridge. DMMU National Coordinator Chanda Kawe has, however, assured the people of Lundazi that a combined team of officers from the Zambia Army and the Ministry of Infrastructure will be on the ground to assess the extent of the damage at the bridge. Mr. Kawe says a temporary bridge will be erected in the area. In case you have just tuned in, you are watching the Kopala TV main news. Join us in a bit after this. Samara Limited is a versatile company dedicated to meeting every need any of our customers may have. With us, you're guaranteed to have a pleasant and easy shopping experience with the best returns for your money's worth. We guarantee the best customer service in addition to the finest quality beverages at affordable prices. We have all your hardware requirements, from roofing sheets, wiring, piping, and much more. At Samari Limited, we believe in good workmanship. Working well with one another is what gets our job done. Stationery is an essential. Whether it's a pencil for your personal drawings and designs, or a roll of paper for the company printer, we've got you covered. We stock various brands simply for your preference. We have an Airtel booth within our premises with airtime ready and available for all customers. We also offer Airtel Money services for easy money transactions and efficient clerks to attend to you, ensuring a fast and smooth procedure. If you're in need of any electronics, our store should be your go-to. With appliances ranging from household specifics to industrial commodities such as generators and inverters, if you need it, we have it. Our wholesale store stocks the best quality in food and other products, including cleaning necessities. And above all, our affordable prices ensure that you know how much we value you. You can find Samara Limited along President Avenue North, opposite Zambia Railways in Dola, or call us on 0212 613 336 or 0212 619 992. Samari Limited, your one-stop center for all you need.
Looking for an opportunity to grow your business? Well, Kopala TV has good news for all small-scale businesses. You can now advertise on Kopala TV's Makwebo. Bonseba na mayo na bashtata. Iseni mulangishe amakwebo yenu pamutengo uachepa nga 100 kwacha. Yes, you heard right. For as low as 100 kwacha, your business will get its peak. Whatever the business, we will advertise. All you need to do is send a text of what your business offers, indicating the name, location, and contact details to the number below. Payment for the advertising spot can be made through MTN mobile money on the number down below. Makwebo, make your business known.
Welcome back. The Rainbow Party has urged the entire police service command to resign following the gassing of several households around the country. The Rainbow Party deputy spokesperson says there is something fishy about the recent gassings in some parts of the country.
In their investigations, if there is no one among the 13 who has told the police that the people who are sponsoring this, the people who are organizing this gassing are ABCD, or the people that are sponsoring us are ABCD. Because if the police have done proper job, we believe as a party that those 13 should have led to the person who are organizing, or are sponsoring, or who are funding the gassing and killing. But from the look of things, why the president has gone to the extent of giving a reward, it seems all the 13 people that the police are saying are connected to the gassing are not connected to the gassing. It's only they are trying to cover up their poor investigation. That's why the president is stranded now. So what we expected from the president, first of all, is to tell the police command that you have completely failed to arrest the situation. Even the people that you are claiming that you have arrested connecting to the gassing are they not the right people, because you cannot arrest 13 people and no one is leading you to the original person or the person or the funders of those killings. That's where we are getting worried. So what the president would have done, first of all, before he put a reward, is to drop all the police command, the senior people, the IGs, should have been retired. And he brings in a new person and give him a chance to arrest the people who are sponsoring those gases.
Meanwhile, the opposition All People's Congress Party, APC, has accused President Edgar Lungu of not being serious in handling national issues. APC leader Nason Musoni has accused the head of state of not showing leadership in handling the gassing of households by unknown people. Mr. Musoni said this in an interview with Kopala TV News.
We remain apprehensive by the behavior of this government. Although they are saying on one hand, they have announced that they have issued a bounty of 250,000 kwacha. But I think the dominant question is, why are government ministers pointing at the opposition political parties? Why are they alleging political parties, opposition political parties, if they know who is responsible? Okay, so you can only issue a bounty if you don't know and you genuinely want to get information from members of the general public. But if you already have people in your mind on one hand, and on the other hand, you issue a bounty and you make allegations. It beats the essence of a bounty. You are saying you know the people are alleged to be behind the gassing of our people. And on the other hand, you are issuing a bounty. So this whole thing is taking the dimension of the zero option plan and the Black Mamba, where those with political power hatch a political scheme to witch hunt and hound opposition political parties. We think that this is a dangerous political scheme targeting opposition political party leaders. Okay? Because on one hand, you can't be saying it's the opposition. On the other hand, you have put up a bounty.
The Kitwe City Council has warned liquor traders that they risk having their businesses shut if they do not comply with the laid-down procedures in conducting their businesses. Mayor Christopher Kangombe issued the warning when he addressed the traders at his office in Kitwe.
Don't just want to pay. Bamubali landa fat in a 30-day pillar license who are on Karachi. Can you have my election? They have my election. I want to talk about hotel. My nephew, the food. You know, most people may have a will be made food. The law says, pay health permit, pay fire certificate, so that turebe kutukira nabakansa ofure bayishibatu kuturebe kutukira mukushinya omuliro taturebe mukuchingirira abantu kukufwa abantu nokulipira balishashani balipira. A health a fire certificate also compels the council. If we need to want to take a fire certificate, so we are also under obligation as a local authority. When we know our names over 50, over half by the fire certificate.
In case you have just tuned in, you are watching the Kopala TV main news. Join us after this. Samara Limited is a versatile company dedicated to meeting every need any of our customers may have. With us, you're guaranteed to have a pleasant and easy shopping experience with the best returns for your money's worth. We guarantee the best customer service in addition to the finest quality beverages at affordable prices. We have all your hardware requirements, from roofing sheets, wiring, piping, and much more. At Samari Limited, we believe in good workmanship. Working well with one another is what gets our job done. Stationery is an essential. Whether it's a pencil for your personal drawings and designs, or a roll of paper for the company printer, we've got you covered. We stock various brands simply for your preference. We have an Airtel booth within our premises with airtime ready and available for all customers. We also offer Airtel Money services for easy money transactions and efficient clerks to attend to you, ensuring a fast and smooth procedure. If you're in need of any electronics, our store should be your go-to, with appliances ranging from household specifics to industrial commodities such as generators and inverters. If you need it, we have it. Our wholesale store stocks the best quality in food and other products, including cleaning necessities. And above all, our affordable prices ensure that you know how much we value you. You can find Samari Limited along President Avenue North, opposite Zambia Railways in Dola, or call us on 0212 613 336 or 0212 619 992. Samara Limited, your one-stop center for all you need.
Looking for an opportunity to grow your business? Well, Kopala TV has good news for all small-scale businesses. You can now advertise on Kopala TV's Makwebo. Bonseba na mayo na bashtata. Iseni mulangishe amakwebo yenu pamutengo uachepa nga 100 kwacha. Yes, you heard right. For as low as 100 kwacha, your business will get its peak. Whatever the business, we will advertise. All you need to do is send a text of what your business offers, indicating the name, location, and contact details to the number below. Payment for the advertising spot can be made through MTN mobile money on the number down below. Makwebo, make your business known.
Welcome back, and now in foreign news. Ex-Sudanese President Omar al-Bashiri is set to be handed over to the International Criminal Court for genocide and war crime charges. The ex-president is being accused of many serious crimes that are responsible for the violence that broke out in Darfur in 2003 that cost the lives of at least 300,000 people. We monitored Al Jazeera for this report.
This is Kalma refugee camp, home to nearly 200,000 Darfuris. After 20 years of conflict, the camp has become a city, and 2 million people across the region have been displaced. The world's attention may have shifted, but the memories of the conflict are still fresh here. Ilyas was 19 when he fled his burning home. In the morning, he teaches, and in the afternoon, he cuts hair to earn a bit of extra cash.
في نفس الوقت واحد من الجنجويد ده قال انه ده ولد من ابناء بتاعه الابيد كما يسمونه هم ديل الجنجويد بيسموا اهل دارفور بالابيد والثاني قام لزاني كده وبقعت بوشي كده على النار.
The next generation of Darfuris are growing up in these camps. Older children study in temporary classrooms. Their parents are too scared to return to their homes. The government of Sudan wants these people to go back to their areas. It says it's safe enough. There's a peace process ongoing. People here have told me more than once that it's very difficult for them to move back to their homes when there is no security. The conflict in Darfur began in 2003 when ethnic African rebels took up arms against Omar al-Bashir's Arab-dominated government. Bashir responded by arming local militias known as the Janjaweed. They burned villages and killed anyone that got in their way. Local sheikhs say their lands are still occupied by settlers brought in from neighboring countries. For them, putting Bashir on trial is not enough. So Muhammad Yahya here is telling me that although there had been a shift in Khartoum, the people who were overseeing the genocide and the ethnic cleansing are at the helm of power in this country, and that the new prime minister, although he's visited a government-controlled area, he hasn't come to visit people who are affected, like the people here in Kalma. Peacekeepers patrolled the lanes of Kalma, but not for long. In November, the UN withdrew most of its troops from South Darfur, leaving just 200 to patrol an area the size of England. They planned to pull out completely within a year. This UN base was meant to be transformed into a new university campus. As the last of the peacekeepers left, the base was looted whilst government troops watched. The suffering in Darfur was a central rallying cry of the protesters during the 5-month revolution that ousted Bashir last April. But did these words echo as far as Darfur? This attack at the end of last year suggests not. 50 people were killed and 40,000 were displaced when their camp was burned. As long as attacks like these go unpunished, there will be no peace.
British Chancellor Sajid Javid has abruptly resigned amidst Prime Minister Boris Johnson's cabinet reshuffle. The Chancellor's resignation is as a result of a request by the Prime Minister to fire his entire team, a request that the Chancellor refused, saying no self-respecting minister would do such a thing. The BBC has the rest of the details in the following report.
The Chancellor, Sajid Javid, has resigned suddenly in the middle of the Prime Minister's reshuffle. Boris Johnson said he wanted him to stay on, but ordered him to fire his entire team of advisers. Mr. Javid refused to do that, saying no self-respecting minister could accept such a condition. He's walked out of his job just 4 weeks before he was due to deliver his first budget and was quickly replaced by his deputy at the Treasury, 39-year-old Rishi Sunak. Here's our political editor, Laura Kunsberg.
How tight is Number 10's grip on power? A reshuffle bill does just another day. Officials huddling to make sure it's all in order.
Hello, Chancellor.
Sajid Javid expected to keep his number 11 home. But then...
So he turned it down because the PM said he wanted him to stay, but he had to replace his whole team of advisors.
For a moment, it wasn't quite clear what was going on.
Taking an unexpected turn. I'm just turning there, Dominic Raab. What do you make of the Chancellor having to resign, Dominic Raab?
Number 10 had demanded Mr. Javid sack his own team in return for keeping his job. A loss of influence he wouldn't wear.
Good afternoon.
Why do you resign, Mr. Javid?
To the man who'd been the second most important person in the government, returned home to West London with a rucksack, not a red box.
The conditions that were attached was a requirement that I replace all my political advisors. These are people that have worked incredibly hard on behalf of not just the government but the whole country, done a fantastic job. I was unable to accept those conditions. I don't believe any self-respecting minister would accept such conditions, and so therefore I felt the best thing to do was to go.
Were those conditions imposed by Mr. Cummings?
Those were the conditions requested by the Prime Minister. And that was, of course, his prerogative. And as I say, my successor has my full support.
So walking in his place, a rising star in Tory circles.
Are you expecting a promotion today? You're widely tipped as on the way up.
Have absolutely no idea, but
Rishi Sunak unaware first thing this morning just how high he was about to soar.
Pleasure to be part of the government.
Emerging as the brand new Chancellor. But has number 11 become an annex of the Prime Minister? Number 10A.
Do you have any power if number 10's in charge, Chancellor?
The start of the day had followed a more predictable script. While workmen were shuffling an actual cabinet around Parliament, the Prime Minister was there to do the firings before the hirings. Andrea Leadsom tight-lipped after she lost the cabinet seat she'd held for years. Esther McVey slipped in early to be booted out from housing. Julian Smith, who got the government in Northern Ireland back up and running, was axed.
I think that my position's up to the Prime Minister. It's his call.
We shall enjoy the nice weather that we have today.
Jacob Rees-Mogg and his chalk stripes hung on as leader of the House, along with plenty of other serving ministers. Anne-Marie Trevelyan, Northumberland MP and former Defence Minister, becomes the boss at the Department for International Development.
You looking forward to your promotion?
Oliver Dowden, the new Culture Secretary, who had been at the Cabinet Office, the government machine.
A new job, sir?
Yes, of course, thank you.
6 entrants to the Cabinet got new jobs today. But the neighbourly trouble between numbers 10 and 11 is the biggest headline of all.
This was meant to be a moderate, move along, not much to see kind of reshuffle. Not a bit of it. The departure of the Chancellor is a huge event, a huge moment for any government. But this time it represents something else. A sign of a number 10 that wants total dominance to be in complete control.
Boris Johnson's team is adamant this is no power grab, they just want less friction at the top. This is a Downing Street operation, though, that will not hesitate to clip almost anyone's wings. Laura Kunsberg, BBC News, Downing Street.
To end the Kopala TV main news, we take a look at the headlines once again. Zambia's ambassador to the United States expelled. NDC disputes PF's Chiluvi victory. Ex-Sudanese leader to be handed over to the ICC. And British Chancellor resigns. Thank you for watching the Kopala TV main news. My name is Wabula Musongole and enjoy the rest of your day.